Coming up on City Beat, people are looking for ways to help in light of the civilian and officer shootings in our country. We'll show you what the Las Vegas Metro Police are doing and how you can pitch in as well. Then Las Vegas Fire and Rescue's recruits are nearing the end of their training. We'll take you to an exercise that shows when it comes to being a fighter, you've got to be able to take the heat, literally. And we'll stop by the Performing and Visual Arts Summer Camp at the West Las Vegas Arts Center as they celebrate their 20th anniversary. See how these lessons learned on stage are standing by these young men and women in life. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of City Beat. I'm your host, Nancy Byrne, and we are coming to you from the West Las Vegas Arts Center. You know, we try to stop by here about once a year to check in on the incredible kids and volunteers in the Performing and Visual Arts Summer Camp. Well, we stopped by here again this year, and we're going to tell you what's going on in the camp and why this is a very special year. But first, turning to more serious news, the startling news of civilian and police officer shootings across our country have captivated our attention. And even though we've maintained peaceful protests here in the Las Vegas area, officers here still want to do something to help just in case. Melissa Duran tells us how they are doing just that and how you can pitch in as well.
Coordinated, the suspects working together with rifles and positioning themselves in strategic locations.
What can we do to help? It's a question so many have asked themselves in the wake of tragedies all over the nation. Brian Yant from the Las Vegas Police Protection Association found himself asking this very question after 5 officers were killed in Dallas.
Giving blood would be a good way to engage the community, engage the cops, do something good for everybody, because in a crisis like Dallas, you're going to need blood should a lot of people be injured. So I contacted the Red Cross to get this going. They said summer months, there's always a critical shortage of blood here in Las Vegas. The Red Cross uses or services 9 different local hospitals here in town. So they said the summer months especially is when they have a lower amount of blood donors. So it's perfect timing.
Yant is hopeful that the community here will continue to maintain peace, but says it never hurts to help. The police union is going one step further.
We're also going to raise money for the fallen officers in Dallas and Louisiana. What I plan to do is put a bucket by the donor truck, and if people want to donate a couple dollars, change, whatever, the PPA will match dollar for dollar of every donation that comes in, and then we'll send it back to the families of the officers in Dallas and Louisiana. Every dime will go to the families.
He reminds everyone that police officers here are more than just law enforcement.
We live here, we work here. If it would be Vegas or Dallas, you know, the police officers, they're part of the community. They're part of the fabric, and they want to help. They're there doing the right thing for the right reasons. That's why we sign up to be officers is, you know, we have kids, family. We want to help. We want the community to be solid.
The blood drive is taking place Thursday, August 4th from 11 to 5 p.m. at the Las Vegas Police Protection Association at 9330 West Lake Mead Boulevard. For more information, log on to redcrossblood.org or call 702-384-8692. For City Beat, I'm Melissa Duran.
Well, if for some reason you were unable to participate in that blood drive, there's another one coming up on August 18th at Village Square. Sponsored by United Blood Services, they're going to do it during their regular third Thursday celebration from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Now, if you'd like to be a donor, you're encouraged to make an appointment by going to bloodhero.com. Well, from police to fire, as you may be aware, we've been following the current Las Vegas Fire and Rescue class as they go through the very rigorous training that they have to endure in order to graduate at the end of August. Well, one of the most telling drills they go through comes toward the end of their class, and it really shows when it comes to being a firefighter who can really take the heat.
If you have an air pack malfunction, if you're not feeling well, if you're too hot, mayday, mayday, mayday. One of us will grab you. We're going to send you out the west door.
On this morning in late June, the temperature is already approaching triple digits, but it's about to get a lot hotter here at the Las Vegas Fire and Training Center. As the recruits near the end of their 22 weeks of training, they have a drill that really brings on the heat.
Listen, front row. It's tight in here. If you guys get severely hot, you need to let me know so that I can get you rotated.
It's a live burn. It simulates as closely as possible how it feels to come face to face with a large-scale fire. Fire training officer Chuck Stankowski says all the training and preparation leading up to this falls to the wayside if the recruits can't handle the heat.
Firefighter is our number one job, our number one calling. So with those new recruits, we teach them all the techniques on how to pull hose, how to fight fire, how to do everything, and then we actually need to put them in a fire. One, so they can feel the heat and see if they can, if they get claustrophobic or if they can even stand being in there without being afraid.
So with 50 to 60 pounds of equipment, the recruits take their places inside the structure and prepare to practice what they've learned from how a fire grows to how to fight it with zero visibility.
So the first day we just show them fire behavior, and then we start actually starting the fire, let it build up and get all that heat and smoke already. And then they got to pull the hose off the engine, go through the different rooms and try to find the fire with little or no visibility because that smoke is down to the ground. And now they're crawling on their knees and feeling the wall and listening for the sound of the fire crackling.
The temperature inside the building eventually rises to about 1,000 degrees, and it's challenging to see, so they feel and hear their way to the fire. But in the end, we see this class has what it takes to get the job done. This training is important because while large-scale fires do take place in our community, they are fortunately not an everyday occurrence.
It's the one thing we do the least, and so we need the most training on it because we don't get to practice those skills every day.
And knowing what to expect and how to react is critical to saving lives, which is Las Vegas Fire and Rescue's #1 priority.
It's a reward to be able to put a fire out, save somebody's house, even find a victim that's in there and pull them out and save them. I mean, that's the whole part of this job, is just serving the public and being able to do that stuff.
We're going to take a quick break, and as we mentioned earlier, we're at the West Las Vegas Arts Center, and right behind me, behind those double doors, the current participants in this year's Performing and Visual Arts Camp are rehearsing for their upcoming show. We'll tell you all about that and why it is particularly special this year. Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Anthony Bruno. Anthony is a communications specialist in our fire alarm office, which serves as the 911 communication center for fire and medical calls in Clark County. Earlier this year, Anthony was driving home around 2 a.m. when he came across an accident scene on a barren stretch of US 95 northwest of town. As a dispatcher who calls on these crews every day, he wanted to watch them in action. As the emergency responders were leaving, Anthony heard a noise coming from the darkness and decided to investigate. He found another vehicle flipped on its roof with a driver trapped inside. The vehicle was so deep in the desert it was not visible from the road. Anthony ran back to the highway and asked for a state trooper to call for help. The fire crews returned and saved the victim in the desert. For helping to save lives every day, but particularly on this fateful night, we thank Anthony Bruno, our City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month.
There's also an extended warranty option. There's just no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test that you needed at the doctor, so you won't be around in 2 years. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Welcome back to City Beat from the West Las Vegas Arts Center, where every summer they hold a Performing and Visual Arts summer camp. Now, to say that the kids who participate in this camp are talented is an understatement. Well, this year they're celebrating 20 years, and let me tell you, they're celebrating in a big way.
1, 2, 3. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
When you watch the talented youth who make up the Performing and Visual Arts Summer Camp, you truly feel like you're watching professional performers. There are many reasons they shine with precision and passion. First of all, these kids take this camp very seriously. So much so, they essentially give up their summers and commit to attending the camp Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Avery Walker was one of the camp participants for many years. Now he's back to assist in directing.
And then we're going to start from the finale of the African dance.
We demand a lot in 40 days of rehearsal to produce a brand new musical for the community, and a lot of them are not used to working at such a high level of discipline and in such a short amount of time, to where they basically have to alter their entire way of living, you know, at least while they're here from 7 to 5.
Another reason these performers are so polished is they are taught by many professionals who volunteer their time to give back, like Walter Mason, former Broadway and Shakespearean actor, and the first African-American entertainment director on the Las Vegas Strip. And here, because of Mr. Mason and his love for the kids, actor Antonio Fargas.
So I came in as an instructor, someone who had a lot of experience in theater and film and television and all that, and I'm able to like give back and make my shoulders strong for those young people, just as Mr. Mason did for me.
Don't make me have to report you. I can shut down your little classroom.
Fargas has been with the center for 8 years. He keeps coming back to share his gift, not only as an actor, but as a mentor, teacher, and elder.
We use theater and dance and music as a metaphor for teaching them life skills, but also giving them that experience.
I have been given. Now I will speak with my students about her conduct.
Once many of the participants get a taste, they're hooked, like Avery Walker.
I started when I was 12. My parents brought me here just because I was interested in what they were doing at the Art Center in regards to, you know, performing and visual arts training. And so I started in the year-round program with the performance ensemble, and then I enrolled in the summer camp, and I've been here now 14 years.
This is truly a special year for the camp because as they celebrate 20 years, they will perform 2 separate shows. One show will honor the 20-year anniversary and will include alumni from the camp as well as current members.
We thought that it would be maybe fun for our audience and for the alumni of this program to come for a couple weeks, rehearse numbers that they may have presented in the past or been a part of, and some things that will be brand new as we're bringing in other choreographers and instructors to put together a show in tribute to 20 years of the Performing and Visual Arts Camp, and also with a special tribute to our artistic director emeritus, Walter Mason.
Now, the second show they'll be performing will be at a very special location in honor of the anniversary, the Smith Center for the Performing Arts. For the youth in this year's camp, like dancer Jasmine McCoy, it's truly an opportunity of a lifetime.
Very excited. I'm an intern this year, so when they told us, I was like, whoa, we get to perform at the Smith Center.
I'm leaving.
The production is based on the events of the 1976 youth uprising in South Africa.
But you won't like it. I have to come back here.
And the experiences of those who lived it.
Every year it's been a journey to usually start with an idea and work with the young people to fulfill that vision, and now emphasis on 4 disciplines of theater, dance, music, and drumming to keep them connected with their roots. And this show that we're doing at the Smith Center has a connection with the struggle of young people in South Africa.
While both performances and the Smith Center are making this a very special year for the arts camp, all you have to do is ask these kids and the volunteers why they continue to come back year after year, and you'll quickly see every year is special here. It's a place that builds good people, not just good performers.
Definitely meeting new people and cooperating with others, because sometimes there's a kind of a barrier in between 2 students, and it's always fun to find out how to work better together to get the show going.
Aside from the discipline of the arts that I learned here, that is probably something that I remember the most, you know, just being able to be myself.
So to see them develop and see the light come on in their eyes and see that they can accomplish something, and through dance and theater and music, to be able to feel a sense of dignity and self-worth and know that they can be excellent.
Well, I'm very honored to be joined by a very special guest, the director of this year's show, Robert Connor. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your background, your history here.
I've worked at the Arts Center since 2007. I've produced shows and worked with their summer camp. And what's special this year, it's their 20th anniversary celebration. So they asked me to come back all the way from Atlanta to kind of help the kids take their performance to the Smith Center.
And you have a lot of experience in theater.
I've been doing theater about 35 years.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, I asked a lot of people in the story, but I want to ask you, why do you keep coming back?
Because the kids are worth it.
Yeah.
They're bright, creative, talented, wonderful group of kids, and they're worth all of us coming back and pouring into them the things that are going to make them talented performers, but most importantly, better citizens. And so we've been working long and hard over the past few weeks, just preparing them and disciplining them and having a great time.
And the show is a really interesting show.
Oh yeah, it kind of tells the story of the American classroom and the South African classroom, and it talks about apartheid and things that challenge our society then and now. So it's a great history lesson and it's a great social story. So it's a story for everybody.
So we want to remind everyone, don't forget to check out the show at the Smith Center for the Performing Arts. It's called Amanla, Power to Us. It's on August 20th at 7 p.m. And don't forget, there's also the performance here at the West Las Vegas Arts Center, August 12th, also at 7 p.m. So congratulations on 20 years, and thanks for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, another great program for kids, the C.J. Watson Basketball Camp.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Welcome back to City Beat from the West Las Vegas Arts Center. Now, we talked in the last segment about how the kids who are participating in the Performing and Visual Arts Summer Camp here learn more than theater. They learn respect, dedication, discipline. Well, there's another program that's held right outside this center that teaches those very same attributes, but it teaches them on the basketball court. It's the C.J. Watson Basketball Camp. It was a scorcher on day one of the C.J. Watson basketball camp here at Doolittle Community Center. But that didn't stop Jerome Williams, a.k.a. Junkyard Dog, from holding these kids' feet to the fire, teaching them from the start that there are rules and that they will be followed.
When I say C.J., you say Watson. C.J. Watson! C.J. Watson! Let's see, that's very, very weak. See, when we do stuff weak like that, you know what we do? To wake up, we get down and we do push-ups on the whistle. Let's go. Everybody down. Oh, everybody down right now.
Enthusiasm and listening skills were tested as soon as the kids hit the court.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Williams has been helping with this camp for years.
This is a great event that CJ puts on every year for these kids, Hoops for Hope, and giving hope back to the community. I came in here today to support the CJ Watson and his quest to support his community and my community and all the community of North Las Vegas and Las Vegas.
C.J. Watson's mother, Kathy, actually started the camp under the Quiet Storm Foundation. Quiet Storm is C.J.'s nickname. It's the family's way of giving back. C.J. says Doolittle and the programs offered here helped him become the success he is today, not only as an NBA player, but as a person.
It's very important. I used to come to summer camp here when I was young, so it's always good to have some place to come to play games, to meet new people, meet friends, and also stay out of trouble. That's the main thing.
This day not only marked the beginning of the 2016 camp for the kids, it was also a celebration of the newly refurbished outdoor courts and the 50th anniversary of Doolittle Community Center. Councilman Ricky Barlow took time to thank CJ and his team of volunteers and also to remind the kids to be appreciative of those who support them.
So take advantage of these great opportunities and these great individuals that support you each and every day, young people, to strive to be the best you can be, not only in the classroom, but on the courts and in the community in which you continue to grow and live.
I'm a product of this environment. Grew up around this area. I always came and played at these goals. They look a lot nicer than when I played at them. So you guys need to take a lot of advantage of that. And thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
So what you see us here doing today, we're giving you the same thing we want you to give to the next generation. So don't look at us as doing something that's out of the ordinary, because that's exactly what we expect you to do. That's what we need. We need more people to take advantage of these opportunities, and we need more people to take care of their communities.
Shot fake! Shot fake!
These camp volunteers are taking care of this community by looking out for our future, looking out for our kids, and letting them know that there are people who truly care.
If I didn't think you were important, I wouldn't be here today. But I feel as though everybody here sitting in front of me with these cameras is very important, and your lives are important too. So we're here to support you, we're here to encourage you, and we want all you guys to be the best people you can be.
This year, nearly 200 kids are getting lessons on how to be the best they can be. In the 14 years since the camp was formed, it's touched the lives of about 3,000 kids. Kids who may have signed up to sharpen their basketball skills.
Are you ready?
Yes!
What do you want to play?
Defense!
All right, when I say run it, get those feet moving. Run it!
But who will end up sharpening their life skills.
Touch it up, touch it up.
The camp is free to kids. Kathy Watson, CJ's mom, said she feels it's very important for kids to learn from professionals. She and her husband Charles felt that same way about CJ many years ago when they sent him to the Michael Jordan camp. It wasn't free. Well, staying on this theme of enriching kids' lives, there's a small but very popular community center called Cimarron Rose. It offers all kinds of programs to kids and adults, but right now it's figured out a way to offer books to kids in a very creative way.
Getting to the library is not the easiest thing to do. Now we're bringing the library to you. The Little Free Library debuted recently at the Cimarron Rose Community Center, and the concept is simple. Take a book, return it, or bring another one back in its place. It's that simple. What inspired the city to take this on?
And I saw an article about someone in town who had created one, and she used the repurposed newspaper vending machines, and I really like that.
Thanks to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Mary was able to find the recycled newspaper bins that she was looking for.
He had put two aside for us that weren't in too bad a shape, and then I contacted our guys in facility ops, took them completely apart, refurbished them, put a new shelf in them, cleaned them up, made sure everything was all put together, and then painted them.
Our own employees even got to pick the paint colors and help create the decals for these new little libraries.
It was a fun project because everybody who heard about it said, "Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, I want to do that." So everybody really got into the spirit of it, and I think that that says so much about our own employees.
Mary also hoped that the close proximity of the libraries to the nearby Cimarron Rose Park would encourage families to get out and explore their community.
Let's take the dog. Let's take a walk over to the park. We'll take some books. We'll trade those out. Dog gets a walk. Kids can play. It's a family opportunity to kind of hang out together.
Councilman Anthony, who represents this area near Summerlin, was on hand for the library's dedication recently and was also encouraged by the library's ability to bring people together.
And it's kind of a great way for neighbors to kind of engage with each other and share not only book stories, but their own stories in their neighborhoods.
These little libraries now welcome visitors at the community center, but ultimately it's all about helping our local kids.
Again, it gets our kids reading, and that's the most important thing.
There are 11 different locations of the Little Free Libraries throughout the city, like this one here at the Vegas Roots Community Garden. These libraries are not only giving kids and families access to books where they happen to be, but it's also fostering a sense of community. For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Davies.
For more information, go to littlefreelibrary.org. Thank you, Jennifer Davies, for that story. Well, it is that time of year again. Sorry, kids. Time to start thinking about the traditional school year, which means it's time for parents to perhaps start thinking about signing up your kids for SafeKey. SafeKey is a wonderful before and after school program that is not a babysitting service. It involves help with homework, some physical activities, even some nutrition. Here's more on SafeKey and how you can get your kids involved. SafeKey is a before and after school program that doesn't just fill kids' time, it fulfills their time with a variety of activities good for the mind and body.
It is not just let me sit some kids in front of a TV screen and let them watch a movie. There's a lot of things going on with our Catch Kids Club and the nutrition curriculum. We have the Apple Core Reading Program, which was phenomenal this year. We're also working with Nevada Child Seekers so that we can introduce the Rad Kid program, which also kind of, it covers not only stranger danger, but it also covers bullying. So we really are trying to hit in on our social aspect in the time that we have with the kids.
And there is a leadership curriculum. It shines a spotlight on character and socialization.
We're seeing with a lot of screen time that's happening with the kids that they're not learning the simple fundamentals of playing. Hi, my name is, or can I take a turn? It's your turn. Or can we play? Do you want to play? Just those simple rules of playing that we all learn so naturally are not so natural anymore to our kiddos.
While the SafeKey name is used for before and after school programs all over the valley, Joy says each municipality is in charge of setting up their own training, their own curriculum, and the hours. So SafeKey in the city of Las Vegas is not the same SafeKey in other areas of southern Nevada.
You're going to have a different experience, and we welcome those parents to be able to kind of see what we're doing and what's really different. I'd like to say that the city has the best program. We really are on the cutting edge, and we really do want to maximize that out of school time for those kiddos.
So remember, SafeKey is for kids kindergarten through 5th grade. Here's more information on how you can sign your child up. Registration begins August 1st. Annual registration fee per child is $20, plus $7 per visit for morning sessions, $10 per visit for afternoon. There are many payment options. You can either go online to recreation.lasvegasnevada.gov, or you can call 702-229-3399. If you need information on financial assistance, you can also call that same number, 229-3399 or 229-3219. By the way, the city of Las Vegas is looking to fill some of the hourly positions in SafeKey. It's about 19 to 25 hours a week, and the pay ranges between $10 and $12 an hour. SafeKey site assistant and SafeKey site leaders are needed. The minimum requirements include 18 years of age, high school diploma or GED, first aid and CPR certification at the time of hire. Now, the offers are contingent on your background investigation, drug screening, and fingerprint-based criminal background checks. An application can actually be filled out online at lasvegasnevada.gov. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of City Beat from the West Las Vegas Arts Center. Don't forget to check out the performances by these very talented kids. One is at the Smith Center August 20th at 7 p.m. and one is right here August 12th also at 7 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you for the next City Beat.